Welcome to the Lefty Loom Store. My name is Jenny. I am a beginning loom knitter. Now this channel is going to be tutorials for left-handed loom knitting. But before I start to throw those up, I thought I would do an intro video and show my face instead of just my hands. Let you know how I got into loom knitting and what you need if you're interested in getting into loom knitting as well. So a little bit about me. I've always been into crafts and being crafty. I'm not that creative, but if I saw a picture of something, I could replicate it fairly well, maybe change it up a little bit to make it my own. In the past, I've been into cake decorating, calligraphy, sewing, lots of sewing. At one point, I had the storage cubbies that's behind me. I had the 12 cube storage cubbies, 4 of those lined up against my bedroom wall, and they were just overflowing with craft supplies. So when I moved out of that house, I became a minimalist and everything had to go except for the sewing machine. I kept that because that cost me a lot of money. So the past few years, I've been really into cross stitch. Cross stitch, I have a little container. It's very portable and it's fun and I loved it. But I'm kind of getting sick of it and jaded with it. It takes me a long time to complete one project. I love making them as gifts for my friends and family, but if I want to make some money off of it, I really don't because it takes me so long to make a project. So I've been looking for something new. Now in the past, I have tried to learn to knit and crochet. Back then when I was trying to learn, there was no YouTube. There were no YouTube tutorials for left-handed people. So I had books that described how to do it left-handed, but I couldn't get it. I wasn't that talented enough. I had these huge like rock monster hands and I wanted my stitches to be impeccable, which was unrealistic for a beginner. And I just got frustrated and quit. But I always thought about loom knitting. I thought that would be cool, but I thought it was for kids and it's not. That's so dumb. Now it's good for kids. I mean, kids can do awesome projects on a loom, but it's the grown-ups. I mean, just check out Instagram or Pinterest. Grown-ups are doing the loom knitting because we're the ones that can buy all that yarn, right? So if that's something that's keeping you back, please don't let it, okay? This is for grown-ups. So let's say you're interested in loom knitting. What do you need? The first thing I would recommend is figure out what you want to make. So do you want to make items for yourself, for family and friends? Do you want to sell items? Do you want to like make the preemie hats to donate? What is it you want to make? Go on YouTube and go on Pinterest and type in beginning loom knit because you don't want a really complex thing and see what strikes your fancy. See what you're interested in and then see what loom you need to make that project. And maybe they're all made on the same loom. That would make it easiest for you. Okay, so figure out what type of loom you want. And there are so many different types of looms. I'll go over a couple of the most common ones. So I think the most common one is the round loom. Now this is a circle round loom. Round looms can also be oval, they can be square, triangular. I saw a heart one. Round means that you're going to knit continuously in the round. Okay, these are sold as like a 4-piece plastic set, pretty inexpensive. So round looms. The next type of loom is a rake. This is just one straight piece with pegs on it. Used to make afghans and scarves. If you join 2 rakes together, you have a knitting board. Okay, again, afghans and scarves and other things. Probably the next most common is the long loom. It's a knitting board, but it also has pegs on the side, one or more, so that you can knit continuously. So on a knitting board, you can only knit back and forth. Okay, and then on the long loom, it's like a really stretched out oval. Also plastic, sold in 4-piece sets, but you can knit continuously if you want to. Probably 2 more types that are really common. The S loom is also known as the Serenity loom, the Afghan loom, the Infinity loom. This thing, as a beginning loomer, scared the bejesus out of me. You can make other stuff on it, but it is the Afghan loom. So if you know you want to make Afghans, get that one. And then probably the other most common is the sock loom. This is a rectangular. It has finer, smaller pegs on it. And one side will be adjustable, so you can make different size socks. So those are probably the most common type of looms. So now that you've figured out which first loom you're going to buy, just one at first, you need to figure out what brand to buy. Go on Amazon, go on the websites for Joann's and AC Moore, Michaels, and read customer reviews. If you're getting the 4-piece plastic sets, they're pretty much all the same. Something I will say about the round looms is there's There's a two-piece different set. If you really like the chunky knits, if you're going to make the chunky sweaters, there is one specific for chunky knits. And then some of the round looms have removable pegs, so you can alter the gauge. And I've seen a couple bad reviews on a certain brand of those, and that's all I'll say about that. So look for reviews and then get your loom. I ended up buying the round 4-piece set from Michaels. So the price for Michaels was very comparable. There are other looms from Michaels that I saw not so great reviews on, but this set was, I didn't see any negative reviews. It was 15 something, so less than $16, about the same price on Amazon, but I had a 50% off coupon for Michaels, and then I could get the yarn and stuff too. So I went to Michaels, got it for less than $8. Woo, I'm ready to go. So once you have your loom, I really would recommend buying one. So you don't know that you're going to like this. You don't know. Maybe it's more frustrating than relaxing. Okay, so we don't want to go all out. We just want to get one to get started and see if we like it. If you know anyone that loom knits, you could probably borrow one of theirs. Okay, so you need just a few other things to get started. You need a plastic yarn needle. This probably comes with your loom set. So if it doesn't, it should just be $1. Get one at the store. You also need a loom hook. This will probably come with your set as well. If it doesn't, I really recommend just getting a simple one. Again, you don't know if you like it. There are ones with really nice handles. Some people make little covers for them. So get the basic one now, and then if you really get into it, it can be like your travel hook. Okay, so plastic yarn needle, the loom, not crochet, but the loom hook. And then since I just said it, some patterns call for a crochet hook. You won't need it right away, but it's probably the next thing you're going to want to get. You can just get one. Crochet hooks, the size of the hooks really need to match up with the size of your yarn. So look into that. You really don't need one to begin with, but again, you're going to need one pretty soon. So you do need the plastic yarn needle. You do need the loom hook. You need a sharp pair of scissors. Now you probably already have these around your house. They don't need to be the special, no one better friggin' touch my sewing scissors. Just a sharp pair that you're going to keep with your knitting supplies so that they're already there and you're good to go. One more thing that you need and is your yarn. I would recommend buying the store brand yarn, not dollar store brand yarn, but the Joann's or the Michaels brand yarn is fine. Get the worsted weight, which it'll have the 4 on the package. It's the most common, and this is going to just get one skein, whatever color you want, whatever's on sale. This is your practice yarn. So you're going to practice a pattern, make sure you like the pattern to begin with. I've made several patterns that looked awesome, but I just didn't like them in reality. And you can actually use this yarn like over and over again. So after you do a practice project, you can pull it out and frog it and get rid of it and use the yarn again and again. So one skein, just one, that'll change, of inexpensive on sale store brand yarn. And that's it. That is all you need to get started. Let me know in the comments. I'm very curious. What was your first loom knit? Loom, if you already loom knit, what was your first one and would you change it? Would you get something different knowing what you know now? What do you most commonly use? Maybe you've changed what you make. So let me know, what was your first loom and would you change it? And while you're writing that in the comments, go ahead and like this video and subscribe so you can see left-handed tutorials. I'll say that right sometime. Tutorials from me. And that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I hope you have an amazing day and take care.